Hi, I'm Anna.
And I'm Ben.
And we're AutoSave. Welcome to our channel.
Today we're watching Jujutsu Kaisen, Season 1, Episode 23. This episode and the next episode, and then Season 1 is done.
Season 1
in the
is
books.
done.
This past episode was a lot of information, yeah?
Yes.
Story.
It really, and not just a lot of information, but and a lot of, hint and not even just hint at backstory for Fushiguro. I can't even say it was just a hint. He literally, in so many words, spelled out his past to us. We've been wondering who Sumiki was for the entire season now, basically. Since
You've
we've
been
met,
wondering who Sumiki was.
well, yeah, you weren't because you already seen it. But Fushiguro has. We've seen him have visions of this person. I thought it was his mom, and I thought that she was dead. And now I know that it's his older sister, and she's not dead, but she is bedridden and unable to communicate. So some sort of coma, whether by some health issue or by curse. And now we're about to have this battle that our trio isn't necessarily up for in terms of their grade. So a little nerve-wracking there. I'm like, is someone going to come in and help them? I'm not sure. It couldn't be Gojo because apparently Gojo's going to be gone for another week. And obviously, to me, this is the part of a bigger plan by the curses, by Geto and Mahito. This thing has shown up that was this person being turned into this thing by being forced to swallow it. And they related it to Sukuna's fingers to some degree, but definitely saying that Sukuna's fingers was way bigger deal.
They can't be destroyed just like Sukuna's finger. This can seemingly turn anything into
it doesn't need a specific vessel, right?
Correct. Yeah, this person who was turned from this curse it seemed to be 1 out of 3, because we saw 3 jars. Was told or said to not have any cursed output or cursed energy. Mahito was he can't even see me right now while I'm doing this. So it must not matter, Yeah,
even in the face of fear, you can't even.
Which is wild.
Interesting. Wonder if that's purposeful. There won't be a rejection and they can't fight back if they have no cursed energy themselves. I really have giant question marks in terms of the fact that this is the second to last episode and we're not even in Shibuya. I mean, for October 31st, I'm okay, I feel that's gonna be the climactic cliffhanger ending to the season.
Why do you feel that way?
Because that's what they've been setting up.
But it's not a movie. It's
I guess.
It's a series, no? Okay.
Their plan could be thwarted before
what was the reason of Shibuya? What's the goal on October 31st?
The goal is to seal Gojo.
Gojo has, I guess, the whole series, but then, in 2 specific episodes, we've seen how crazy he is, how important of a character he is, how special he is. He does like to make purple. I think it might be weird if he was sealed in, 1 episode.
Which is why what I said last episode that I feel it's going to be it seems like it's a hopeful situation and then there's an explosion in the background and people screaming and they're wait, did we miss something? A miss something moment. Did we cover all of our bases? Oh no. Yeah. Kind of situation. But I'm how do you get there?
Yeah.
In 2 episodes when this episode is especially looking to be in its own separate battle.
Yeah.
And fight. That possibly has only an ounce of connection to that final plan. I don't know. Okay, I'm ready for it though.
Okay, sweet. Gross.
It blasts blood at you? Oh, they cover so much space in this show. It's so awesome.
I love the animation and the color.
It's ready to play.
Oh!
Loved that. Is it like acid? It makes it creepier that it has like a face on top. It's the Diglett!
I love the audio.
Oh! So freaking amazing. They win all of the stuffed animals at the carnival. Whack-a-mole! That's like what happened in the detention center. Oh no, he already turned another person? No, jump in, because then Nobara will be alone. That kind of looks like... Oh, but it's not. I was gonna say it looks like Coat Rack guy. There's something there that they want? Is there a finger involved?
God, I love Fuchiguro with the sword. Good boy.
Why now? That looks exactly like the one from the detention center. I have grown to feel immense worry in the pit of my stomach anytime a character in a show is like, this is easy, that was simple.
Right.
And think that they understand, like he said, the behavioral patterns of curses. I was like, oh no, he's gonna open his eyes. And they like delay him opening his eyes by like a couple seconds just to create that like suspenseful feeling of when's the thing gonna show up, when's he gonna notice. And it's amazing timing.
I like how like intro you're like, I really hope somebody shows up now, and things just got like twice as bad.
I know.
取り込まれた呪霊の中で虎杖の呪肉をきっかけに呪力を解放したんだ。 見てくれば同じだが。強い。
Shit.
Thank goodness he has a stockpile of other weapons.
はい、また僕の勝ち。
Good transition.
That was a really good transition.
めぐみが僕に稽古頼むなんて。ユージに追い越されて焦った？そんなに嫌？僕に頼るの。めぐみはさ、実力もポテンシャルもユージと遜色ないと思ってんだよね。めぐみ、本気の出し方知らないでしょ。俺が本気でやってないって言うんですか？やってないんじゃなくて、できてないんだよ。例えばさ、この前の野球。
Canon.
なんで送りバントしたの？自分がアウトになっても野原の塁を進めたかった？それはご立派。でもユージや僕なら常にホームランを狙う。バントが悪いって言ってんじゃないよ。野球は団体競技、それぞれに役割があるからね。でも呪術師はあくまで個人競技。でも周りに味方が何人いようと、死ぬ時は一人だよ。少し未来の強くなった自分を想像できない。君の奥の手のせいかな。自分が死ねば全て解決できると思って。
Cost of your life.
勝つと死んでも勝つわ。全然違うよ。
It's a good fucking line.
本気でやれ。もっと欲張れ。何秒気を失ってた。玉剣は破壊。いや、術式が解けたか。ここまでだな。フルベゆらゆら。宝の持ち腐れだな。やめだ。呪術師の成長曲線は必ずしも緩やかじゃない。影の奥行きをすべて吐き出す。具体的なアウトラインは後回し。重力を練ったそばから押し出していけ。イメージしろ。自由に限界を超えた未来の自分をやってやるよ。確かな土壌、一握りのセンスと想像力。
He's creating something new?
人は変わる。領域展開。
Are you serious?
看護を入れて不完全。
Look at his fucking face, dude.
だが今はこれでいい。
All the shadows!
Jesus Christ. The art is so good.
もっと自由に広げろ。術式の対策を。
Two of them?
玉剣紺の爪はあれにも傷をつけた。不意のお前を貫くくらいわけないぞ。
Get fucked.
Holy, oh my god. I'm tired.
どこだよ。いい。それでいい。
Don't go to sleep.
He deserves a nice little nap.
I know, but he's not safe yet.
The facial expressions, man.
私はあなたを殺しません。だからあなたも私を殺さないでくださいだ。殺しを何に置き換えてもいい。互いの実在をなす過程。それがルールだ。次俺の前でやったら殺すからな。俺ら、お前に何かしたか？
もう喧嘩しないって言ったよね。
保護者面すんな。悪人が嫌いだ。サラチみてえな想像力と感受性で一丁前に息をしやがる。善人が苦手だ。そんな悪人を許してしまう。許すことを格調高く捉えてる。積み木は典型的善人。気持ち悪い。
あ、ごめん。中身が出るとは。
小1の時、俺の父親と積み木の母親、それぞれの片親がくっついて蒸発した白髪の怪しい男が言ってた。
君のお父さんは
善院っていういいとこの呪術師の家系なんだけど、僕が低レベルのろくでなしでお家出てって君を作ったってわけ。君のお父さんが善院家に対して取っておいた最高のカードだったんだよ。蒸発資金の謎が解けた。俺は善院家とやらに売られたらしい。しかもそのムカつく男が善院家の剣を帳消しにして、俺が将来呪術師として働くことを担保に二人の高専からの金銭的援助を通してくれた。俺が誰を助けるってんだよ。
ちょ、つみき、何してんのあんた。めぐみくん、ちょん。ねえ、それより肝試しの件考えてくれた？行きたくないけど心配だからついてくよ。
俺が中3に上がって間もなく積み木が呪われた。正体不明、出自不明、全国に同じような秘呪者がいるらしい。何もわからないということだけが分かって、積み木は寝たきりになった。
誰かを呪う暇があったら大切な人のことを考えていたいの。
俺の性根すら肯定する。でも今はその考えが間違いだって分かってる。俺が助ける人間を選ぶように俺を選んで心配してくれてたんだろう。
Oh, I love that.
悪かった。さっさと起きろよ、バカ兄貴。頭痛い。
So we still don't know if the curse was related to the bridge.
Overlapping the other one. Itadori would feel like shit knowing that. That right when he ate the finger, everybody else started to get this shit.
特級相当の呪霊とやり合って勝ったとして無傷で済むわけないでしょ。
失言。私が話したことは忘れてください。
こいつ指のところに向かう気か。
私自分の背中がコンプレックスでして警告です。
Insecure about his back.
釘崎。
あ、兄じゃ。
Oh, goddamn. Oh!
じゃあなんでそんな格好してんだよ。
Put a shirt on.
匂いはそれか。
Rot technique. What?
I appreciate that we got to hear Sumiki and like learn a little bit more about her disposition.
Yes, and like have an actual scene, and that it be the same day that they were possibly going to go on that test of courage, or around the time they were going to do the test.
Well,
of
the
courage.
dialogue from the friend. Yeah. I wonder what that overlapping shit is.
What was this curse, and when did it happen, and how did it
It
overlap
affected
like
several
that?
people across the country, right?
Mm-hmm. I guess it's just a coincidence that it overlaps like that.
Well, I mean, again, like, even though Sumiki was affected by that curse, it didn't affect her up. Potentially, it wouldn't have ever affected her up until now, you know? Mm-hmm. The curse was dormant until Itadori ate Sukuna's finger.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh. That is so amazing.
Right.
Oh. Can I get more of that?
So, decent amount of stuff happened. Go whack that mole. So, yeah. So, Megumi Fushiguro Megumi just single-handedly took down a Sukuna finger.
What was his expansion, even though it was incomplete? It
Chimera
was like
Shadow Garden.
Chimera Shadow?
Chimera Shadow Garden, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Shadow Garden.
I love that this is confirmation that the baseball episode was not filler. It actually was a really good point, right? Gojo and Itadori totally would always go for the home run, right?
It's so interesting to me that Megumi's like, well, we have to have cooperation. And Gojo's like, it's not completely, like, if you have a team sport, you wouldn't want to not show... I feel like if you think of Itadori and Gojo, they're not going to put others in harm's way with their home run, you know? And you can still push yourself to your complete potential as an individual and kind of do the home run for the sake of the big picture without it having any adverse effect on your team.
Yeah.
Because Itadori has never, other than when he transitioned into Sukuna and was unable to break out of it, he's never put his teammates in harm's way. And Gojo, when he shot Hanami with the purple, didn't hurt Itadori or Todo, even though they were nearby.
Yeah. I think that the fact Gojo saying that Jujutsu sorcery is not a team sport, it's an individual sport. If you go for a home run and you cost your team the game, your team loses. Your team dies in this analogy, right? In Jujutsu sorcery, if you go for the home run and you get out, you die. That doesn't necessarily mean your partners die. They're fighting for their own lives as well, as well, you know?
It's like everyone's fighting. They might be on a team and they could work together, but
at the end of the day, you're by yourself.
At the end of the day, you need to make sure you survive.
Yeah.
And you're able, with hopefully the best shot of killing this thing.
And obviously, I don't know if it's a mix of Megumi just not having a lot of, of not placing a lot of importance on his own life.
Right.
Or is it a mix of just him valuing these other people so much that he's willing to, or is just him not believing in himself, like Gojo said, him not having a clear picture in mind of a future version of himself that's stronger.
Could be all three of those things, honestly.
Yeah. And Gojo says, you believe that in the worst case, you can resolve everything at the cost of your life. We have had, I think, 3 instances, including this episode during this show, that one versus Sukuna, one versus Todo, and one here, that Fushiguro has started saying sacred treasure, swing, and
Wasn't he also going to do it with Hanami?
Yes, and then Maki said stop. Yeah, reinforcements arrived. You were very right. I'm assuming that last thing
is basically you will definitely die, but you'll definitely take down that thing with you.
Yep, exactly. And I think that that's one really interesting, and one we always have that knowledge of that being a potential thing. But it's very compelling to like influences rise here in the story, right? Forget about me, you'll never even measure up to Nanami. This is such a great line. Dying to win and risking death to win are completely different, Megami. Because dying to win, yep, you're going to take yourself out with the opponent. But risking death to win, you might, there's that chance that you don't take the opponent down.
But everything you got.
Yeah.
And you can have no regrets over the fact that if you die, you literally did it all. You did all you could with trying to not die and trying to survive and take this thing down. So it's not in vain.
I love the a Jujutsu sorcerer's growth curve isn't necessarily like gradual, like a gentle slope. It could just be like that instance, because Fushiguro, he just did a domain expansion, bro. I mean, it's messy, but
there was I think Gojo said what was wrong was his mindset, and it was like he knocked over his mind block.
Yeah.
Like there was a block there.
He went for it.
And he just knocked it over, and that was the growth. He was able to like speed forward.
Just push it out.
He was like, I don't even think about it. Just
imagine a future version of myself who's freely surpassed my limits, and then this expression, I'll do it. Like
he was going like slightly crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, love it.
He has to push out that tremendous power that he's never done before and kind of fully try.
Yeah.
He had to like go a little crazy.
This is, I think, my favorite domain expansion visually in the show. I'm not gonna lie, Mahito's is definitely up there. Gojo's is definitely, they're all fucking cool. But this is one, I love this one. I think it's so badass.
What happened with the two Nues?
I think that
Did he turn into one of them?
I think that he just has like full control over this domain, and he can make anything he want happen in it.
Oh.
Right? I don't know. Good question.
Because didn't he turn into that shadow black?
Yeah,
it's almost like he melted into it.
He melted away from it. Like he got hurt. Like a beam like went through his hand, and then he like melted into the like shadows, and then reappeared elsewhere.
Yeah. So I was thinking when the two showed up that he was one of them.
Yeah.
But I probably was wrong. Also, the three guys in the hallway, don't they look a lot like younger versions of the three guys that died?
Kind of, yeah.
Like the guy with the glasses is probably that first guy we saw die with his hair
that's not a bad guess.
Which I thought they were probably from way further time period.
Well, they are 20 years. They aren't the same people for sure. Because remember, they said it was 20 years in the past.
Interesting that the three of them kind of resembled. Because one of them even had the same hair as, like, the bigger guy out of the three.
Yeah. So, when Fushiguro was in the first grade, his father and Sumiki's mother, one parent each, hooked up. Then vanished without a trace. We heard once before about Fushiguro's father when he was facing...
Sukuna, right?
Sukuna, and he was like, somebody who named me this without regard of my gender. Mm-hmm. A suspicious white-haired man told us, enter Gojo, your dad. He's from the Zenin clan, a big clan amongst Jujutsu sorcerers. And again about the Zenin clan, right? Mm-hmm. But they're such good-for-nothings, it freaks even me out. Your father left the clan to have you. Interesting. Megumi-kun. Your father was saving you as the ultimate card to use against the Zenin clan.
But instead he sold him?
Pisses you off, doesn't it? That solved the mystery of how they got funds to disappear. Apparently I'd been sold to that Zenin clan. So what does that mean?
He created him as the trump card, but then he sells him to them? Does that mean
to maybe disappear or something?
He wanted to be able to get away completely and changed his mind of what his goal was?
Maybe.
Maybe once he fell in love with Sumiki's mother, his goal changed.
Yeah. But for some reason, Gojo knows about it and stop the sale to the Zenin clan.
So Gojo basically becomes like dad.
Basically, use the promise that I'd work as a Jujutsu sorcerer as collateral.
They've always kind of had more of a familial relationship.
Yeah. Which I appreciate.
Also, like, come on, you don't do this to a child who's alone. Like, it's such creeper.
It's so funny though in this instance.
It's funny because we know Gojo,
Exactly.
but if this think of this, like,
it would be the
actuality,
creepiest thing in the world.
This is a random white-haired man he's never met that's telling him that his dad sold him and is wiggling his fingers at him.
So wait, I'm just gonna rewind a second just to get a full. So how many years has passed here? So it's like when he was in the first grade, my father and Sumiku's father, one parent each hooked up, right? So does that mean Fushiguro knew his father?
Yeah.
For a while until he was in the first grade, and then they hooked up and vanished. So
does that mean that Sumiki wasn't a sorcerer and couldn't use?
It seems like it.
Yeah, it seems like.
I mean, we've seen a clan instance with like the mother of Kamo, right? What what is it? What did he say? A slutty concubine or something, and like banished her from the clan. And like, so it seems like, you know, he was raising Fushiguro to be this person against the clan, and then after hooking up with this woman, he's like, all right, not gonna do this, gonna trade Fushiguro's life so that I can leave the clan. Am I understanding that right?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting. So I guess whoever Fushiguro's mom
But then
was,
it says your father left the clan to have you.
Maybe they were constantly making his life really difficult.
Yeah.
Even though he left the clan. Like, think about Maki. They're constantly making Maki's life difficult, even though she's not in the clan.
So Fushiguro's dad, we don't know about his mom. Fushiguro's dad left the clan, had Fushiguro.
Somehow something happened to Fushiguro's mom.
Saving you as the ultimate card to use against the clan, and then in the first grade decided to instead, after leaving the clan, to attack the clan, selling him to the clan to use the funds to leave.
To disappear.
Yeah.
It seems weird, honestly.
Yeah.
I feel like Fushiguro gets the vibe that his dad's a good for nothing. I'm wondering what. I mean, all he gets of what happened is from the white-haired man. So Gojo strikes me as someone who could possibly not tell 100% of the truth. So it makes you wonder if something else happened, and this is the story that Gojo is using.
Yes, very true. Very true. I love this episode so much. The art was great, and I love that Fushiguro used domain expansion. Like, what we've only seen very few domain expansions.
I felt like he would be the first one
out of the group.
Yeah, I felt out of the trio, and even don't the upperclassmen don't even have, like, I don't think they even have domain expansions.
We've
right?
seen Gojo's domain expansion, Jogo's domain expansion, Nanami. No, not Nanami. Nanami could never do a domain expansion. Mahito's domain expansion, and then Megami's. That's three we've seen.
Yeah, Gojo was the only good guy.
Yeah.
Domain that we've seen. So obviously until now.
Yeah, this is the second character on the good guy side that we've seen use a domain expansion, and it's Fushiguro, dude. My man.
I definitely felt like he was going to be the first one. Just because he's the one that obviously, as we know, has had the most time in this world and universe and has been training, obviously, with Gojo since, like, the first grade.
Yeah.
So he has a lot more understanding of his own cursed energy. Interesting.
And now we have the curse.
The musty
thing.
guy. The musty don't look at my back guy.
And the other one versus Itadori and Nobara. Kugisaki. Exciting. Last episode of the season.
So, like, these things were brothers. These curses were brothers in a trio before being put into people.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, these curses separately already have this kind of relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Because at first I was like, why? They've only known each other for a night. Why are they acting like they're, like, so close and, like, brothers? And they understand each other so well. And then I'm like, oh, wait.
Yeah.
It's because they were already, like Sukuna in the finger. Sukuna's been around forever. These three curses, obviously, had a relationship prior.
Nobara asked a really interesting question, because what are they? Like...
She couldn't tell if they were curse users or curses.
And they're kind of...
They're transfigured. They're kind of like what Itadori is, right?
A little bit. Just like...
Would they feel the same, like, energy-wise? She isn't calling upon it.
Like, well, it's different, right? Sukuna, like, it wouldn't have just been anybody who could eat the finger. Mm-hmm. These, it would transform the person regardless. So it seems more of like a complete takeover of a human. Not necessarily like a transfigured human, right? Like Mahito, but more of like a, I'm going to take this person as a vessel, use him, and never, like, and just, like, I imagine it as if the first episode, when Itadori was taken over by Sukuna, and then Sukuna was like, wait, what? And then you saw Yuji talking. If Yuji never
was able
to talk, it was just Sukuna for the rest of existence, you know? But, yeah, I'm excited for the last episode of the season.
So the third brother is going to show up. Oh, are they all brothers? I don't know if we know that. There might be a sister. I think it might be a third brother.
Why do you think they're going to show up?
Because we saw Mahito had 3 jars, and 2 of them just showed up. So I feel like there has to be the third one showing up. That's why. But also... does that mean the second season is going to be October 31st? Because I don't see how you can go from this battle, this fight, to...
I don't think they should.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be too...
Maybe, like, if
we're not ready for it.
Like,
it'd be too quick.
Or it could be like what you said, like a little snippet and then like a explosion in the background. Who knows?
Oh, it could be like a week later and all they show... It's like, on the screen, they're like, a week later, and all they show is, like, a place blowing up.
Yeah. Could be.
And, like, the looks on our characters' faces.
Who knows? I trust Jujutsu Kaisen. I trust how they'd end a season. And I'm sure they'd do it in a way that would make me happy and fearful and just full of different emotions, but in a good way.
Wait, are these curses the ones that were stolen with the fingers?
I think that is a fair assumption.
Ooh, death painting. Okay.
You good?
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you next time for the season finale of Jujutsu Kaisen.